Yeah.
And I'll always get the question, are there alligators in here?
Yes.
And I'm always like, actually, one ate my dog.
From the De Novo Realty Studios in sunny Brevard County, Florida, the most important podcast on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, De Novo Realty Radio.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. We got a special episode today with Edgar from Viera Builders. Welcome, Edgar.
Hey,
nice
man.
to have you.
What's up? How are you guys?
Good. This is a timely video. I think it's there's very little inventory in our market right now, so I think learning a little bit more about the new construction process is important for buyers, us as agents, and everybody. So happy to have you, man.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the podcast.
I appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit right now where Viera is building the new neighborhoods at, and what do they got coming up?
Yeah, no, I mean, Viera, geez, where do we start?
Blowing up like crazy.
Blowing up like crazy. It's been going on for some time now, right? It's incredible what's happening.
Yeah.
The growth, the infrastructure, just all the business, the commercial, the apartments that are coming in, and of course the housing, right? For Viera Builders. So I mean, communities. I mean, you've got Cove, East and West, which are kind of nearing like their end, I would say. We still have a couple homes left to finish in Chisona West. But the good thing is we have Sierra Cove and Sendero Cove, which are basically like the sister communities, like phase 2 of those plots.
Sierra Cove is where I was just at the orientation.
Yeah, we had a deal.
Yes.
So we have those two communities. We've got Carrington, which we pretty much closed out about a year ago, I would say. And then Stonecrest, which is the one right after it, the phase 2, that's my community. We've got Lauren Cove, which is our awesome townhome product, fourplex and villas. We've got Reeling Park, which if you're familiar with Viera, right across from the avenues, there are this cool community called Arribas Village. They're the zero lot line homes. A lot of people think they're townhomes, but they're not. Shelby knows about that product pretty well.
Yes.
But it was a great product, still is, and we've carried that one over to Reeling Park, and that's where we're building now. And now Reeling Park is kind of going through like, I call it like another transformation where we're introducing a whole nother product that we haven't built yet. So it's going to be the first time we do it. Very nice product.
Don't give everybody the secrets up yet.
Spanish style, Spanish style roofs. Just a little bit more in terms of like little higher end, customizable products. So it's
awesome.
It's exciting. Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
So what are the like for availability right now for the buyers? What do you have like price point wise for the neighborhoods, like, entry level to high end? Yeah,
so I think that's one of the things that sets us apart in terms of, we're not just, you have to have, this certain budget to live in Viera to build. Growing up, right? I mean, we didn't, it was different. So it's nice to see that there's probably the first time buyers.
That was all cow pasture.
Yeah, exactly. Or families that, are just starting out. So, I mean, entry level, I would say, is Lauren Cove, soon to be Avalonia. Entry level is probably like 250 range. And then the duplex is the Coronado. I think it tops out right around almost like 340, 350. Townhome living, so fully maintained, HOA covers, lawn maintenance, irrigation, pest control, and it also covers like the roof, the master policy, and the insurance. Great community. And then we have like your Sierra Cove product, where it's like mid-level, also starting like in the 350s, but could go up to, high 6s once you have upgrades. Primo lot, right? I think that's the buyer that we had. They bought in Sierra Cove. And then top of the line, or just, higher end, is your Stonecrest or your Reeling Park South that's coming up, which is, starting in the low 5s. I mean, I think the most expensive house we've built was probably close to the 8s. Right? Fully customizable. I mean, 12-foot, 14-foot ceilings, just
the good stuff.
Next level.
Next level. Yeah. Awesome. So what's kind of the, from a buyer's perspective, a lot of people are like, how the process works. What's the general process from, I want to, I come to you, I'm like, Edgar, I want to build a new house. What do I got to do? broad view, how does that work? And what are are there other multiple options? What's kind of the process on that?
The process, I guess, for me, the way I look at it is I have this funny line that I use for like realtors. We work with a lot of awesome realtors like yourself.
You don't have to say that just because it's on video.
Right, but at the same time, there's a lot of realtors who are probably just starting out who don't know the process, right, of how to bring a buyer to new construction, right? They think it might be a little more complicated than it actually is. I always say it's like, I call it like daycare. It's like you drop them off and then pick them up at closing. We'll take care of them, everything from there. But pretty simple. I mean, identifying your price point, right? Identifying the type of house you need, right? Size, depending on your family, square footage. Do you want to be on a lake? Do you not want to be on a lake? Surprisingly, there's people that don't care about that. Right?
Yeah.
They rather put the 20 grand of that lot premium into upgrades or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so identifying your price point, identifying which community is going to work for you, size, square footage, whatever's going to work for your family. At that point, we're looking for the lot, right? Because I always say look for the lot first, more or less on the map, see where you want to be, location, and then let's figure out what house can go on there based on price point. After that, I mean, once we're set, you know which house you want, you know where you want to put the house, and granted it's available. It's pretty simple. I mean, contract. Right. Typically, we have it's a $5,000 contract deposit to get the process going. Depending on your financing, whether you're VA or conventional or cash, we all like cash. That's our favorite lender.
Yeah.
So then there's different scenarios at that point, and then after that, I mean, 8 to 12 month build process. 8 to 12 months. Design meetings, pre-drywall meetings, orientation, closing. It's a pretty good process. I say it's, a lot of people I think with home buying it's probably the same. People are scared how to obtain a mortgage or,
They don't even have any of where to start or any idea of the process.
I think they should teach that in school.
Video. This is a great part of the video.
They should teach that stuff in like high school or something.
Just basic. There's a lot of stuff they should teach in school that they don't.
But the process, what I can say is it's not as complex as people may seem. We break down the process. I think it's a very cool, simple process. Our design studio just went through a huge renovation. Yeah, it is beautiful. Shout out to Alicia and the whole.
Good job, Alicia.
Yeah.
So the design center, you're starting from scratch. Another question we get asked a lot is like, how customizable are the houses? So give us a broad overview of how that works. What can you change? What's as is, builder selected.
So back to we're picking a house. We're starting from scratch, right, from zero. At that point, you have your full design appointment. Stonecrest and Reeling Park South are our two what we call semi-custom communities where you can. We have a program that's called Our Plan Your Designs. It's an extra $1,500 fee, but you get 3 appointments with the architects to basically make structural changes, move walls.
So you can actually move the walls and
redesign. Move the kitchen around if you want to make a room bigger. Basically within the footprint of the house, you can make. Arriva's Village had also semi-custom changes. So in those two communities, we allow that on top of just finishes, right? Flooring. Yeah.
All of them, you get the finishes.
Yeah, everything. So then if we talk about the other non-custom communities, we have flex options in some of those where maybe the master bathroom has like a different option, a different layout. Take a tub out or, tub or no tub. Turn a living room into an office, right? Just a couple different things, add bonus rooms on certain homes. But in all the communities, you get to go to a design center. You get to pick basically everything: paint colors, countertops,
flooring,
cabinet hardware, flooring,
cabinets,
lighting fixtures. You also get a low voltage meeting where you get to use smart home technology if you wish, speakers, cameras. Put certain drops. We work with a lot of
garage doors.
Yeah. And with all the tech that's going around, right? A lot of people, especially in the space codes, we get a lot of people.
I got all that stupid stuff in my house.
In the defense contract industry, aerospace. Well, a lot of these buyers want certain things, especially with the working from home now. We're building a lot of homes with what we call Zoom rooms, which is awesome.
Zoom rooms, that's the first Zoom. Okay. Zoom rooms. So what's the, do you have spec homes available? And tell us kind of what the difference is with that.
Spec homes available? Not right now.
Yeah, you sold. They're too hot.
We're a little bit
They're too hot.
We're kind of in need of some specs. But the difference between a spec and an inventory and a
For people that don't know,
to be built home, right? So what we call a to be built is when, again, you're coming in, you're picking your lot, and you're picking your house, and you're starting from zero. A spec is typically, in any given community, we're going to have 10 specs, or at least try to have at all times 10 spec homes at various stages of construction for people who maybe can't wait 10 months, a year to build, right? I've dealt with people who fly in from out of state and buy a house in a day, 2 days. And it's kind of weird sometimes. We don't mind those buyers, but it's, it's sometimes it can get a little tricky, right? Because they're kind of just saying, well, this is it. So with regards to spec, like I said, depending on what stage you buy, because a lot of people ask, well, what can I still change? So we always go to internally, we have a system and we'll see. So if it's at a stage, if it's at framing, the system will tell us, okay, at this stage, this is what you can change and this is what you can't change, basically is how it works. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, basically a two-built home, you're going to pick the lot, pick the house, start from zero, a spec home, you're buying it while it's basically already in progress, moving, and you're going to still be able to change stuff, but not everything.
So what is the a lot lottery? And how does that work?
You heard about the lot lottery?
I like the smile on your face with that question.
Okay, the lot lottery, it's something that we kind of just rolled out within the last couple of weeks. There is...
Top secret stuff you guys are getting today.
There is a pretty high demand for people wanting to move just in general to this area.
Yeah, for
whether it's Melbourne, Palm Bay, or even Viera. A lot of people are moving out here, so... Right now, the way we are opening up new sections of communities is through a lottery system. So if a buyer wants to get into, let's say, Sierra Cove, and there's a house in there that they want to build, we'll be opening up sections of the community, and we do lot releases on Saturdays.
Okay.
So Saturday, 10:30 a.m. in whatever community is having the lottery. So for a buyer to enter, like let's say you have a buyer who wants to enter the lottery to potentially get a house, they have to give us a $5,000 check and a pre-approval letter.
Okay.
And with that, that's your entry into the lottery. Okay. You get like a ticket and just gotta be there.
So what is kind of the future of Viera Builders, a few years, I'm sure, plans down the road for, what's the bigger picture, what do they have coming up, and what's next in store for us?
So I think in general, there's definitely a lot of land left to come.
And there's obviously it's a hot up and coming area.
Yeah.
In the rest of the county, there's not, much, obviously, Melbourne, Beachside, there's no land to...
Sure, yeah,
So Viera...
So right now, I would say Viera, we are about a third of the way built. As you would know, we are a master plan community. We're also considered
one of the top master plan
in the country. Where I think we're number 25 in the country.
That's awesome.
We are also a DRI, which is like a cool little term. DRI, it's a development of regional impact. So they've already accounted for what's going to happen in 20 years. The infrastructure. Wherever there's one lane, they're planners. So wherever there's one lane, like Wickham, when it goes all the way down into Viera, it's a one lane. But you'll notice on one side, there's still a lot of space for expansion. So basically, there's a plan in place. There's a lot to come. There's a lot of new restaurants coming to the area. Barrows West, which is just off of Viera Boulevard, off of 95, by the new that new Diamond Exchange exit, which is pretty cool. You've probably seen, if you've been around there, a lot of construction or just development happening around there.
Some land.
They opened up another roundabout in Viera.
Everybody loves the roundabout.
Yes, the roundabout is great. The tree of life. That's what it's called.
Tree of life.
That's what it's called. Always stay on the outside if you're going straight. That's what I tell my wife. But
that's a
lot of
remember that
just a lot more development, a lot more communities. I think I brought you one of the new maps. There's a new community called Pangea that's coming. That's going to be south of just south, close to the new Pineda Causeway,
Yeah.
or the Pineda Boulevard is what it's called.
Yes.
Once that opens, that's going to be a big
Do you have any
change
idea
for
on
us.
the time frame?
I would say I hope this year.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they'll be able to connect because Lake Andrew, when it goes down, that's where that big Costco is.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody's losing their mind about the
Nuts
Costco.
about Costco.
Yeah. I'm convinced I've sold homes to a couple people just because of the Costco.
Because of the Costco.
So that's a good thing. But
They
no,
love their Costco.
a lot of more communities coming. We're here to stay.
Yeah,
We just we're grinding, man.
Awesome. It's exciting
It's awesome.
times, and Viera Builders have had a very good, Viera in general, has a very good reputation, and so that's awesome. Good info. Anything else you want to add?
I love my job.
Good. That was awesome. A lot of good info for everybody today. Appreciate you coming on, man. That was awesome.
Thank you, brother.
I learned a lot, and I hope you guys did too. So thanks, y'all. Edgar, appreciate it, man. All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Now go!